Discussion time. Come on, grab your mics. We'll talk about some random crap with power stars and the skeletal minion. The fun will never end. It's discussion time. Welcome to discussion time. I peaked the mic horribly there. I'm sorry.
When do you not peak the mic horribly?
When I'm purposefully talking extremely quietly.
Oh, but you never do that.
What do you mean I never do that? I always do that.
Hey Dan, I bet I can get close to the mic.
I bet I can get close to the mic.
Stop. We have a fun, mostly music-based podcast. Again.
You can skip to like probably fucking... I don't know how long this is going to be. 3/4 of the way in if you don't like music.
Yeah, pretty much.
Maybe half, I don't know. Depends how long we talk about it.
Oh,
and then we're going to end with something mildly music-related.
Oh, yeah. Alright, we're just going right down the line.
Yeah.
We're just going on right on the line.
We're introducing a new format, sort of. We kind of did it last time, but what we're going to do is we're going to start out talking about life stuff. Which is just, life stuff. It's stuff that's been happening in our lives. And then we're going to end the podcast with news stuff, which is stuff that's been happening in the news.
So it's, what's been happening with you? Nothing? Alright, moving on.
I got an Amazon gift card for my birthday, and with it I bought a shit ton of CDs.
How much did you even get, like, money-wise?
$50.
Shit. You can, well, that depends, because, if you're talking, good albums, you can probably get 4 or 5.
Well, I mean, to be fair, most of the albums I bought were, $5. I think all the albums I bought were, $5.
That's also because you bought a bunch of shitty Wii's.
The Red Album's not shitty. Early in Death to False Meadow, pretty mediocre, but Red Album's not shitty.
I don't know. I thought you said it was shitty though.
What?
Red Album.
The Red Album has one or two, 3 shitty songs, but overall it's pretty good.
The only song I can think of off of there is Pork and Beans.
Which is one of the good ones. Fucking Troublemaker, Everybody Get Dangerous, and Heart Songs really don't need to be there, though.
I guess I know Everybody Get Dangerous.
Why do you know Everybody Get Dangerous?
Because it was on the 1 Minute Mashup.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's okay.
Go watch Chad Neat. He's cool.
We're gonna hopefully make a review.
Yeah.
Of this album soon.
Yeah. We're planning on doing that.
Because I got my brand new Schnazzy album review channel. I'm gonna put an annotation up for that because I only have 2 subscribers on there as of yet.
That's you. That's you're editing.
The hell was that noise?
Anyways. That was Henry.
Anyways, Henry's Ethan's cat. Anyways, yeah. What else did I buy? You know what I think the shittiest album I bought was? The first White Stripes record.
Really?
Yeah, I really enjoy the White Stripes, but that was, one of the most mediocre things I've ever listened to.
Alright now.
Distigil is pretty good, okay? Distigil, I can respect a lot of songs. It's pretty good.
We're gonna get into a little, debate here.
I mean, do you really want to defend the first White Stripes album?
Because personally, I can agree with you to an extent,
It's not like it doesn't have any decent songs on there. I like the Dylan cover, and I like The Big Three Killed My Baby.
Really? I like fucking, Susie Lee.
Susie Lee is pretty good.
I really like Sugar Never Tasted So Good.
Sugar Never Tasted So Good is pretty good. Beyond that, St. James Infirmary Blues is alright, but that's another cover.
Yeah, I don't know. What else was on? Well, you
see, there's 17 songs and we named 5.
That comes to the main problem, it is the White Stripes, but it's not exactly the most memorable album.
It's the White Stripes before Jack White's songwriting was able to develop, really.
Oh yeah, there's One More Cup of Coffee. That's also
the Dylan cover.
Oh.
I mentioned that. Jimmy the Exploder is disjointed as all hell.
But it's interesting.
It's okay. It's disjointed as all hell. To bring the discussion somewhat full circle, the greatest man that ever lived off the Red Album, it is disjointed as all hell. But damn, it's really good.
I'm trying to think. Was You're Pretty Good Looking off of these days?
Yeah, it was off Distigal.
I really like that song.
That's
for
pretty
some
good.
reason. Well,
off Distigal, I really like fucking Truth Doesn't Make a Noise.
Truth Doesn't Make a Noise.
It has piano and shit.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. The only one I can think of off the top of my head is Pretty Good Looking.
Hello Operator is also pretty good.
Oh, Hello Operator.
Hello Operator. That was the only single off there, I think.
Really?
Yeah. The first White Stripes album.
Death Letter was pretty good.
It's okay. It's another cover. What else is on there?
I kind of like the Southern Can Is Mine. I think a lot of White Stripes albums do that. Like, it's true that we love one another, where it's kind of this kind of off the track album like it's not related to the entire album.
Right, it's definitely like more folky, which is because it's a cover of an old like folk song.
Is it?
The White Stripes do that a lot. What else? St. James Infirmary Blues off the first album that I already mentioned. And then
Astro off the debut.
Was that a cover?
No. I'm just looking.
Who does the Astro?
Yeah, that's like the only. I don't know. It's like a punk song almost because the lyrics are so simplistic.
Right.
But it's good.
Actually, come to think of it, Death Letter is a cover of an old blues song.
Is it?
Yes.
Jesus.
Jack White likes him some old blues songs. Fucking Three Women off Lazaretto is based off an old blues song.
Lazaretto, right? You said
Lazaretto.
You said Lazaretto. That just sounds weird. Lazaretto.
Yeah, I guess he does.
It sounds like
Lazaretto. It threw me down and. Oh god, voice cracks. I'm sorry.
That sounds like a fucking like early '80s sci-fi show. Lazaretto. It's like oh fuck! I just lost the name. It's like the It's like the really old. I think it's Hanna-Barbera. The really old. The Jetsons.
The Jetsons. It's like a live action version of the Jetsons with fucking like lasers in the background the entire time.
Yeah.
And it's also as 80s as possible.
It's just honey, I'm pew.
Yeah, he doesn't even finish his thought. Honey, and then he dies. He gets blasted by a laser. Oh fuck!
Lazaretto.
Yeah, the theme song is like the spacey like 80s synth.
It's like a 50s show tune.
It's like the Doctor Who theme song.
Lazaretto. It was.
Oh my god, we peaked the mic to hell there. I'm sorry.
We have been.
Rest in peace, headphone users. Oh, that would be me, actually.
That's a terrible running joke.
I'm so sorry. This is a little bit late of warning, but if you're watching this, if you're watching this,
Stop.
Turn your volume the fuck down. Okay, thank you.
Stop. I'm sorry, we're messing with shit on my screen.
Okay.
Oh, we should talk about Slow Motion Daydream. So
yeah,
that's one of the albums you got.
It's by Everclear, which is a band.
They're kind of a one-hit wonder.
They're like a two-hit
wonder.
They have Santa Monica, Wonderful, Father of Mine.
I think Wonderful is like their most known track.
Yeah, either that or Santa Monica.
Yeah.
Wonderful charted higher, but I think Santa Monica's more remembered.
Yeah, because like I don't know. I guess Wonderful is kind of just an early 2000s ballad.
Right. It's because they're remembered as like a 90s alternative band.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I've decided, and I want you. I don't think we've discussed this. When did you listen to Slow Motion Daydream last?
Probably yesterday, 2 days ago.
Yeah, and I just heard it today, so very fresh in our minds. And I do think, and see if you can agree with me or not, I've been thinking of just calling it Power Ballads, the album.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's kind of like their album Songs from an American Movie Part 1, in that it's like more on the ballad side.
Yeah, but I feel like Songs from an American Movie Part 1 didn't get boring after a while. Like, once I hit, like, New Blues, what's it called?
New Blue Champion.
New Blue Champion. When I hit that, I was just done. And then there was, like, That Acid Summer or something, which started out with, like...
You're like, oh, hell yeah, them drums.
Yeah, it's like, oh, fuck yeah, and then it just goes into another power ballad.
Oh, yeah, and, I mean, the lyrics about hearing a chick singing in a Taco Bell bathroom don't help. Is that the song with the fucking Taco Bell bathroom lyrics?
I think so. I believe so.
Oh, you know what song I really liked, though?
Uh-huh.
Fucking Chrysanthemum.
Yeah, and it's super short, too.
That's what I was thinking, oh, look, it's the next Strawberry.
Isn't it only like a minute and a half?
Yeah, and there's no drums. So, yeah, it's basically the next Strawberry. Which Strawberry is a song off their, like, first album.
Sparkle and Fade.
Yeah.
No.
Well, second album.
Their first album's World of Noise.
Yeah, second album. And,
are you sure? Second?
Yeah, I'm positive.
I don't know. I don't know shit that well.
And
second album.
Yeah, that's also a really short, like, under 2-minute song that doesn't have any drums.
Yeah, but I feel like Strawberry felt longer, cause I kind of felt like how the fuck do you pronounce it?
Chrysanthemum.
Chrysanthemum. I feel like that just kind of started and then ended. It really didn't.
Yeah, I can see that.
It didn't stretch out in my mind.
I do think Slow Motion Daydream, which, by the way, was like the last album with the original lineup before everyone left. And Art's like, I'm going to make an entirely new band, but keep the name. But I think I liked it, but yeah, it was it got entirely too heavy on the ballads.
It got boring pretty quick with the power ballads. Well, because I'll give them credit from older past albums, like Pale Green Stars and even Strawberry is a good example. They're good at power ballads. But it was just like an overwhelming amount of power ballads.
I just think after Sparkle and Fade, like, they progressively watered down their sound. Like, so much for the Afterglow is still pretty rocking, but you can tell the guitar tone's very watery. And, like, less punk, basically. And then American Movie Part 1 is super duper ballady.
Super duper ballady, but
it still has some edge to it. Very little, but some edge. And then American Movie Part 2 is less ballady, but it still has, like, the watered down problem that Afterglow had. Slow Motion Daydream is when they kind of lost their edge.
Yeah, like you can tell it was their last album with the original lineup.
Right, and I think some songs still have, like, something to... I think when Volvo Driving Soccer Mom started, I'm like, yep, this is the single because it's super poppy.
Yeah, that's the thing. So I think, like, I would say, like, the first 4 tracks weren't ballads. Like Blackjack and Volvo Driving Soccer Mom.
Oh, Blackjack's really good.
And I did really enjoy Blackjack. And the other 2 have really long names, which I'm not going to even
How to Win Friends and Influence People.
And influence people, and then, like, I Want to Die a Beautiful Death or something.
That one was kind of stupid lyrically.
It was. I would almost relate them. You're going to hate me or love me for this. I would almost relate it to Weezer in the sound. It's kind of, it's still rockin', but there's definitely a lot of pop influence.
Oh! No, I think the difference is, like, Weezer, they write pop songs, and then they basically just play them super loud, whereas Everclear, I think they write rock songs, and then they, like, tone them back to make them pop songs. So it's like a reverse of Weezer, almost.
Yeah, but...
Good Weezer, at least.
But it still results in the same sound. You get where I'm going with that?
Yeah,
it still has...
I'd say their sounds are different, but yeah, they both fall under pop rock.
Yeah, it still has the pop elements, but it's heavy. to an extent.
Yeah, Everclear, I'd say after Sparkle and Fade, they're not really that heavy.
Yeah.
Sparkle and Fade was pretty heavy. Aside from that, no.
I thought the hidden track. I'm glad you told me to listen to that.
Yeah, there's a hidden track on the album, and why the fuck was it a hidden track? It should have been the lead single.
Yeah, because it was actually, it almost reminded me of almost like a So Much for the Afterglow kind of song, because it was like in that vibe.
Yeah, it was poppy, but it had some punch, it had some bounce to it.
Yeah, I guess that's a good comparison. I don't know. Whenever I think heavy, I think a lot of like staccato things, but bouncy is good too.
Right, because I'm sorry.
Stop.
Well, when I think heavy, I think like fucking loud, in your face, really distorted guitars.
Yeah, but you normally don't think bouncy.
Right, but when I think like staccato like that, I think more so like not necessarily bouncy, but like just maybe some punch, like I said.
Like punk almost. Like I feel like punk is that right combination of it's bouncy, so like you can get around and move to it, but it's still very like marching pattern kinda.
I guess I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah, I don't know. It was
good.
It was okay. Like the album, it was okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I liked it, but yeah, it was definitely not one of their stronger efforts. What did you think of fucking TV show?
Well, like I said, that's another one of the rain of ballads in that album. But I thought it stood out compared to the other ones.
I think it might be partially lyrically, because he mentions his daughter Anna again. Because he mentioned her on the previous fucking few albums. But aside from that, like, musically it actually picks up and becomes a power ballad rather than just a ballad.
Well, yeah, I feel like Summer does that too.
Right, I think most of the songs are just straight up ballads. They're not really power ballads.
Yeah, so I feel like Summer had a little kick to it, but when push comes to shove, it was a ballad.
Right.
Alright, we off of that subject?
What? Let's see, what else did I fucking get?
What?
I got Hurley. That was okay.
Oh, that's great.
You see, this is why Rivers Cuomo shouldn't use co-writers, because my two favorite songs in the album were, coincidentally enough, the two songs on the album that didn't have any co-writers. They were just written by Rivers. And Death to False Meadow was okay. I don't fucking know. And I got Alone too, but I haven't listened to that yet, so. Yeah, that's the music I got. Oh, I got the fucking Pinkerton B-sides, but I'm not going to talk about those because Ethan would be completely left out because he has not heard them.
Welcome back to Weezer time. This is your host, Johnny.
A Lake Pinkerton.
I think you just I think you just summed up like 75% of the fan base of Weezer.
I like Pinkerton.
Yes.
Well, no, if I'm gonna do my impression of the fan base of Weezer,
I like Blue and Pinkerton.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I like Blue.
Yeah, well, you see, because that's the thing. Like Blue is really the only Weezer album I've really taken a good listen to, because I do think it was, not only was it groundbreaking in sound in sense of what everything else was back then. Not only was it groundbreaking in sound, but I just think it's a very good sound.
Right, it's a lot more folky than their other albums because it has a lot of acoustics.
Oh yeah, because like In the Garage and stuff.
In the Garage, Jonas, The World Has Turned and Left Me Here.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't know. I can't help but when I listen to Weezer to just kind of pick and choose. I don't like it. I don't like it enough where I enjoy all the songs as a whole.
Right. So you think they're more like Oh wait, you don't enjoy like songs? You just enjoy like elements of songs? Is what you're saying?
No, like I only enjoy bits and pieces of albums.
Oh, so you think they're more of like a songs band rather than albums band?
Yeah, kind of like Foo Fighters, and I mean I love Foo Fighters.
Right, Foo Fighters.
They're good. You like them, but they're definitely not an album band.
Right, most of their albums, I'm like, I'll just take like these 5 songs.
Well,
Wasting Light was like the exception to the rule. I'll take fucking everything.
True.
I'll take
that's
fucking
true.
Everything off Wasting Light any day.
And I guess Sonic Highways, because it is pretty short. It's
it was pretty good, but like whereas Wasting Light, it's like, oh yes, please, I'll take everything. Sonic Highways, it's like, yeah, I'll take everything.
What were the singles off of that?
Some fucking Sonic Highways.
No, Wasting Light.
They released like half that album as singles. Walk.
Well, yeah, of course.
Rope
is pretty good.
These Days.
Really?
Bridge Burning. I think Arlandria was a single.
Bridge Burning is a good song from that.
Bridge Burning's probably my least favorite, which isn't saying much because I still fucking love it.
Yeah.
These Days is really good. And then they did that in their live stream a few days ago.
Oh, I just realized I have to mention something about Slow Motion Daydream.
Oh,
I was kind of how do I describe it?
Oh.
They were trying to make an album. They were trying to make an album kind of like Pink Floyd or Blood Sugar Sex Magic, where all the songs like transition into each other.
Because I didn't even really notice.
Exactly. Like I could see them trying, but it didn't work. Like you would hear like a tidbit from like one song, and then the song would end, but then the tidbit would still be in the beginning of the next song.
Right.
But it's not like Blood Sugar Sex.
It's not like seamless. You can tell they were trying, but it didn't work. Whereas with Blood Sugar, it's like like it flows.
Yeah, like how do I describe it? Like if there's like a specific guitar note holding or something like that, and the first song ends, but the first song doesn't just end. The first song cuts off all of the audio, and then the other song starts off. So it's like the note, and then it stops, and then the note continues.
Okay, so there's like a pause.
Yeah, so it doesn't flow as well.
Right. That's something if you're trying to do like the flowing seamlessly and do each other thing with CDs or like MP3s, it's a lot harder because MP3s, if you're just listening to shit on shuffle, then it'll be like, oh fuck, that ended abruptly. And with CDs, a lot of CD players, they add like a space in between songs, is what I've noticed, and it's like, fuck. Because like I was listening to Abbey Road at
Do those songs flow into each other?
The entire second half of the album is a medley, except for like Here Comes the Sun. But the entire second half, other than that, is a medley, and they all flow into each other.
Yeah,
I was trying to listen to that at my aunt's cabin, and it was horrible.
I was trying to. I need to listen to the rest of the Beatles albums. I've heard like.
Which ones have you listened to?
Help, Let It Be, Sgt. Pepper's.
Oh, they do that with Sgt. Pepper's a bit.
Hard Day's Night. A little.
A little. They do that with fucking Sgt. Pepper with a little help from my friends, Hardcore, and then a little bit with Sgt. Pepper's Represented.
Oh, yeah.
Because the applause continues.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I didn't notice, but I think a thing like going back to that, I think a thing like Blood Sugar Sex Magic still can pull that off on MP3s. Like if you're just listening to the album all the way through in order.
That's what I like about Blood Sugar is like the songs flow into each other, but it's not like this obnoxious like if you're listening to one of them it just cuts off. Like If You Have to Ask goes really well into Breaking the Girl, but it doesn't have to necessarily.
Yeah, like, what's a good example of that? Like, Pink Floyd is a great example, especially Dark Side of the Moon. Like, if you're just listening to one track from that, it kind of starts abruptly and it ends abruptly.
Right. Or going back to Abbey Road, if I get like fucking Golden Slumbers, Carry That Weight, or The End on my shuffle one more time, I'm gonna scream because they don't work without each other. Like literally, they're designed to be a 3-song thing. Whenever McCartney performs them, he performs all 3 in a row.
Huh.
Because like I said, the entire second half is a medley, but specifically those 3 songs. And like if a radio station plays one, it has to play the other 2.
Huh.
Like, do you know what I'm talking about? Fucking.
I know of Carry That Weight.
Boss.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, yeah, that's in the middle.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Golden Slumbers, Carry That Weight, and then The End.
I think I've heard The End. I don't know about Golden Slumbers.
Well, The End is like the one that can stand on its own.
Yeah. Alright. That took way longer than I thought it would.
Beatles. This is bands Johnny likes with Ethan.
I'm just gonna be in the background, like making a sandwich.
You're like playing Giants on guitar.
But you see,
that's
the problem. That's my love-hate relationship with the Giants.
They might be Giants.
Is that they don't necessarily. Well, there are exceptions, yes, but they really don't have songs based off of guitar. Like, you know how most rock bands have songs based off of guitar.
You mean every rock band?
What the fuck was that?
I was demonstrating based off guitar.
Okay. Yes. Most rock bands are heavily.
Yeah, and then even some just do songs based off a particular riff.
I do think that's what's cool about the Giants, though, because like kind of what you were going back to with the riff. Yeah, they kind of do that, but it's like if you heard Everything Red Is Wrong Again, it's from their debut, so I wouldn't be surprised if you haven't. But
I have not.
It's like a 1.5 minute song, but the track itself is like 3 minutes because they play the song twice.
Really? They just fucking loop it?
Yeah. Well, because that's maybe not the best example. Like, going off a riff like Older would be a good example. Which I do know. I'd have to remember it, but I don't think the mic's even picking that up. Alright, let's stop. Now you got me on the subject of Giants, and I'm seeing them in May, April. I don't know.
And we might be seeing
April. I'm seeing them in April.
And since we mentioned Foo Fighters earlier, we may hopefully be seeing them in August.
Oh yeah.
With Royal Blood. Royal Blood's badass.
Yeah, I've listened to, I've only heard 2 or 3 tracks from them, but they're...
Yeah, I'm not, I listened to their whole album a few times. I'm not super into them, but, they're pretty good.
I still love how that's how I've music listening differentiates.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were talking to, it's like, oh, we should talk about the White Stripes albums, and you're like...
Yeah, I'm like, I don't really know them that well. I was talking about, the debut, and I'm like, I don't really know it that well. I've only listened to it, 2 or 3 times.
I don't know. Well, because I used to do that. I used to listen to albums twice through.
Well,
but,
you should, because you're not going to get everything out of an album by just listening to it once.
Well, yeah, of course, but I think that's kind of the beauty of it. So, if you already know everything about the song, there's nothing to discover. You just kind of listen to it.
Well, yeah, I guess. But, on the other hand, some of my fun, favorite songs, On Top off The Killer's Hot Fuss, for example, initially I'm like, this is okay, I guess. And then I, really got into the hook later.
Moving on to a thing we actually have on here, which I'm excited about, is the Montage of Heck. It's gonna
documentary about guy.
It's a documentary about how Nirvana killed himself.
Yeah, it's a documentary about Kurt Cobain. Apparently, when it premiered at the film festival, it didn't have an interview with Dave Grohl in it, but apparently.
Really?
Yeah, they filmed one, but it was too late to edit it in, so it'll be in the theatrical version.
Do they have one with Chris?
Maybe. I'm more curious if they have one with Courtney.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Oh, fuck, Courtney.
I don't know. You've seen... You showed me, like, a trailer?
Oh, yeah, it had, like, an animation thing that was really cool.
That was cool. I don't know. I think it's...
It looks really damn good.
Because right now I'm also reading Heavier Than Heaven, which is, like, considered, like, the best Kurt Cobain biography.
I like the hand motion you did.
The best.
The best. He just, like... He did, like, the... Almost like the fucking SpongeBob. Imagination.
The best.
The best.
But it is. It's considered, like...
Right. It's considered the Kurt Cobain biography.
And it's really interesting. So I'm hoping to watch the movie and like see maybe what they add in from that I already know.
Oh, right.
And other information that I didn't know from the book and
right, cuz sort of like how the audience isn't going to get this at all, but sort of like how after you read Scar Tissue you appreciated like some lyricism in like the Chili Peppers more.
Yeah. No, I'm sure they'll understand that if they've read the book and are fans of the Chili Peppers. Like, yeah,
it's the autobiography of like the lead singer of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Anthony Kiedis, and he references events from it a lot in their music.
We were just talking about Deep Kick, which is a big one that references a bunch of shit that's in that book.
Yeah, because it's basically just about him and Flea growing up in California.
Well, because here's the thing. Because, like, when I first started listening to the Chili Peppers, I really didn't pay too much attention to the lyrics,
That's the key for enjoying the Chili Peppers to their fullest extent.
Well, no, like, to an extent, though. Because once I read Scar Tissue, I started reading into them more. And, like, even in Scar Tissue, he's like, I wrote these lyrics because of this, and here's the story behind it. And I think the songs mean more to me now.
Right, especially fucking Venice Queen.
Venice Queen, and, like, a lot of songs off of Blood Sugar he explained, like Breaking the Girl.
Oh, and, I Could Have Lied.
Give It Away.
Which is actually about literally giving things away.
Yeah.
It's not about sex. Mostly.
This is the Chili Peppers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just recently watched an interview clip about Brendan's death song. And and you've read the book, right? And Brendan was like the freaking like manager for the Club Lingerie.
Was that the name of the club?
Yeah, Club Lingerie.
Oh god.
The Chili Peppers played a lot. Actually, I looked it up, and like also like I forget the other bands, but Nirvana also played shows at the Club Lingerie.
Was it Pearl Jam also? Because I remember
probably
there's a flyer for like a concert in '91 that was Nirvana, Chili Peppers, and Pearl Jam.
Yeah,
which would have been like show.
That makes sense because the time that the Chili Peppers were popular, grunge was also popular.
Right. And that's just around when Blood Sugar came out, so...
Yeah, 91. Like, Nevermind and Blood Sugar came out a day apart from each other.
Wasn't it like 8 days?
It was a day apart.
It was a day.
It was a day.
And then
I believe Blood Sugar was released... Don't quote me on this. I believe Blood Sugar was released on the 25th... no, it was released on the 24th of September. Okay. Yeah, it was released on the 24th.
Nevermind was the 23rd.
So, literally a day apart.
And then I think 10 came out that same year.
10 by...
Pearl Jam.
By Pearl Jam. Okay, I'm sorry.
Gotta listen to that. That has all the Pearl Jam songs everybody knows.
I don't listen to...
This guy, Jeremy, it has...
Oh, Jeremy.
Yeah, it has Jeremy. It has fucking... What else?
Jeremy!
It has Irvin Fleur. It has, what the fuck else is on there? There are other good, like, fucking Pearl Jam songs on there, but I can't remember.
I don't know. I have to listen to Pearl Jam more. I guess I kind of just want to listen to that whole Seattle scene that happened more. Because isn't Silverchair also from Seattle?
Oh, yeah, Silverchair is.
I need to listen to some Silverchair, bro.
Originally, like, initially everyone's like, You guys are fucking Nirvana ripoffs.
Yeah. But, I don't know. I haven't listened to them enough to disagree or agree.
I think I've listened to, like, one of their songs. I think, actually, fucking Kurt Cobain initially thought Pearl Jam were Nirvana ripoffs. I know there was shit between, like, Nirvana and Pearl Jam for a while, because he's like, at first he's like, you're not a real grunge band. And then in a later interview, he's like, oh, well, the label probably just, like, labeled them as such because we're popular.
Well... even though that is a true, like, Kurt Cobain interview line, like, I think that's true to an extent. Because, like, I really wouldn't consider most of Pearl Jam stuff to be grunge. It is definitely more like alt-rock.
Well, I mean, I don't think I've even heard enough grunge to properly judge, because the only grunge band I'm really into is Nirvana. I've listened to fucking... What else is even grunge that
I'm on the same boat, so...
I guess I'd have to listen to, like, a lot of the earlier grunge bands who, like, pretty much initiated the genre. Like, fucking Mudhoney and shit.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. That'll be interesting. When is that coming out?
What?
When is
Montage of Heck. I think it's gonna be... it's gonna have, like, a limited theatrical release in April, but I don't know when it's coming out in, like, HBO.
Oh, we should definitely go to the theater and watch it.
Hell yeah, if it's in the U.S.
Oh, that's true.
It said 72 countries, so probably.
Yeah, like, I feel like the U.S. would be the biggest.
Considering he was born in the fucking...
In the fucking... Considering he was born in the fucking. I'm sure that, though.
He was born from the fucking, by the fucking, for the fucking. It's like Kids Bop, but with sex.
John Famosh, 2015. You can call them.
By the fucking, for the fucking.
Vote for John Famosh for president, everybody.
Alright, do we want to move on to news?
Oh yeah, let's do a random news story
welcome.
Today.
Yeah. We need to get Riley.
We need to have like a theme song. We need like.
Here. Where the fuck is your guitar?
Nope, stop.
Fine, I'll use the paper jams.
You're gonna use up paper jams.
It's like shit from the.
Here, let me
turn it on.
Let me
turn it on. Let me.
Give me a second. Give me a second. Like.
Here, can I just.
Alright, I'll be quiet so you can record. That's good enough.
Random news story of the day.
That's the theme song now.
We're crediting since he's not on the podcast right now, we're crediting that to Riley.
Yeah, definitely. Random news story of the day. Why don't you bring us in?
I'm just gonna read the headline. Are you fucking seriously?
Read the headline!
Can I smash the paper jams?
Don't.
Fine.
Read the article.
Okay. I'm just gonna read the headline. Strip clubs closing in Canada due to lack of demand.
Next topic.
But no, though, seriously, you could make every freaking joke in the book about Canadians with that headline.
Yeah, well, because here's the thing, that also depends on how many they had, because people have started... A lot of places, even in the U.S., have started doing that because there was just too many strip clubs.
Shit, let's fucking look up the headline and see what the article says.
Well, because, like, that's the... I don't know. I think people have, like, kind of,
Okay, I'm gonna read the article. Can I get absolute silence?
Yeah, okay.
Strip clubs with flashy signs advertising nude dancers once had a strong footing in downtown centers across Canada. But as Cheetah's Show Lounge in city name French. I can't read French An adult industry insider says strip clubs are an endangered species being killed off by lack of demand.
Do you know why? I have this beautiful, beautiful proposition for you, Johnny.
Oh god.
It's the same reason that magazines are getting out of business. You ready for this?
What's that?
We could go on this computer right now and type in porn, and we would get like 2 trillion videos for free.
That's actually probably why.
Yeah, well I believe that was a big... Put down the paper.
Can I just hold it?
I believe that was the big problem. Yeah, I feel like I don't remember reading... I remember reading an article about it, but I forgot what it was saying. But it was like these things are going out of business because shit's free.
Well, that's actually a good point because fucking so I guess like some people would just want to go to the strip club for like the experience. But
yeah, I guess.
Fucking that's probably become like more of a niche market because fucking now you can literally just Google free porn and get free porn.
Exactly.
All right.
Teenagers.
Are we done with the news story of the day?
Yes, we are.
Okay, I'll play us out.
No, don't.
I am going to
Do not play us out.
How do I turn it on?
Exactly. Nope. Nope.
I'm going to play us out.
Put the paper jam down, Charlie.
Oh, fuck. It's playing a pre-recorded thing. Or wait. How the fuck do I... Oh my god!
It's born to be wild. Oh, look. Now we're put down because of copyright. Good job, Johnny.
I threw it across the room.
What else we got on here?
Alright, we have one more news story.
We got rock being fueled.
This will bring us full circle back to music. Yeah, Rock Band 4 is being made.
We're a thing.
Incredibly late on the fucking...
That's a thing. That's gonna be happening.
Yeah, they released a behind-the-scenes video. I'm not sure if that was footage from 3 or... Well, I think on a monitor at one point you could see a girl, like, working on the lighting for Rock Band 4.
Oh, but, yeah.
They had gameplay footage that might have been from 3, but no, they're fucking making Rock Band 4, and there's a behind-the-scenes video. And there's... Well, actually, before they even announced Rock Band 4, they put up, like, a poll. What would you like to see in the next Rock Band game? So, yeah, they're fucking going off fan advice, mainly, it seems, especially considering they also have, like, a place where you can request songs you want in Rock Band 4.
Yeah, because they're also not partnered with MTV on this one, right?
Yeah, and they basically, in the most polite way possible, said MTV can go eat a dick.
They were like, MTV had a lot of decisions about how the franchise should go, and that basically just translates to,
Yo, man!
What?
MTV's fucking whack, dog!
What?
Harmonix is more stuck in the 90s than MTV is.
Man, like...
Fuck the man!
Like, MTV is like, the man! And we just gotta look inside ourselves and say, like, do we want the man controlling us? No! It's like fucking Jay from Clerks.
Yeah. It's just fucking like, I'm trying to think of... Oh, yeah. You haven't seen Bruce Almighty, but I watched it with... Once again, this is the second podcast in a row where I'm going to name drop Dororo651.
I have to watch it.
I'll have to link his channel in the description now. I think there's a bit... Like, the plot, it starts with Jim Carrey's character getting, like, angry at God because...
Yeah, I know.
Shit in his
I
life
know the general plot.
And then I think at one point he says that God is the man. And he's like, God is the man. I'm like an ant, and God is like a mean kid with a magnifying glass. And then, like, there's a later bit where God's reading back, like, all the shit he said. And God is played by Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
Because Morgan Freeman is God.
What did I just watch recently? I watched Good Morning Vietnam. That's a damn good
Oh, yeah. You told me you were watching that.
Yep. Yeah, it was...
Oh, shit. Now I have to censor a fucking name.
Have we mentioned her?
We mentioned you had a GF last episode. Fucking 46 minutes in, gotta censor that name.
Alright, that's your job.
Damn it.
You're stuck. You're fucked.
You're stuck and fucked and run amok.
Can you tell that he writes the songs for our band? You're stuck. You're stuck. You're fucked. You're running amok.
I asked Dororo if he would write lyrics for our band, and I was only half joking because God.
Great. Yeah.
I'm gonna flip a coin.
That was the worst coin flip.
It was heads! It was heads.
That was the worst coin flip I've ever seen.
It was heads.
That's great. Get off of my fucking bed.
I've been on your bed this entire time.
That's true.
Is that about it?
Well, yeah. I mean, like, what do you think they're even gonna show in Rock Band 4? Because you think they're gonna add more recent songs to the mix, like more.
Ooh, that's a valid point. Yeah, but I don't think, like you said, they're going to add them to the mix rather than like focusing upon them. So it's gonna be like. It'll have, like, songs to please everybody. It'll have, like, fucking classic rock. It'll have cheesy 80s pop. It'll have 90s alternative. It'll have all that shit. But they'll probably add some more recent stuff.
It just has fucking, like, Josie. Or whatever that song is called.
It has fucking Come On Eileen.
Oh, my God. It
Come on, Eileen.
It just has the straight up Friends theme song.
It has the fucking Cheers theme song.
Yeah.
Well, everybody knows your name.
Just
and they're always glad you came.
Just that part.
On Eileen.
Just that part though.
And they're always glad you came on Eileen.
Yeah. Always.
Come on, Eileen.
Wait, stop.
This podcast just went from PG-13 to R in a matter of seconds.
No, it's NR, because we still have to figure it out.
No, it's NC-17.
Yeah, definitely.
Fucking MPAA,
that means we can't watch our own podcast.
Fucking MPAA. MPAA, the fucking Motion Picture Association of America. They're fucking rating YouTube videos. They're the man.
We're like ants. They're like...
And they have magnifying glasses. They're the mean kids on the top of the hill.
On the top of the...
Yeah, because you fucking...
We're done. Stop trying.
Improv.
Stop trying.
Sit back down! Thank you. He said that.
There's the podcast. I think we're done.
Wait, there's one more thing I need.
No! Oh God, the paper jams. I'm gonna have to hide that from you now.
How do I
There's a knob that says mode. You hold that.
Oh, you hold it?
And then there's shit on the fretboard. You see it?
Alright, I'm playing this out.
Party on, Jen.
Party on, Garth.
And that was a sneak preview of the next Those Three Dudes album. It was...
Is there bass?
That's the most fuzzy bass ever.
It's like...
Yeah.
It's playing one note. Oh no, it's playing a few.
That's a pre-recording.
Oh my God, is that Mississippi Queen?
No.
It is. It's fucking.
No.
Dude, that was Mississippi.
Nope.
Do you not want to get a video copyright flag?
Nope. See you guys later. No.
Party on, Lang!
Party on, guys.
Shit.
Yes, I hate the way I feel and it makes no sense. 5 months gone and all I got, pretty pink flowers on a chain link fence.
What? You act like you've never seen a man. You act like you've never seen a man trying to pick his nose.
Jesus Christ, dude.
That's not gonna happen.
I take it back. That's gonna be the Easter egg at the end.
Oh God.